Did you know that the Taurus 3 can be used as a handheld unit? It can. Yes it can. Yes it can! In order to convert your saw to the handheld unit, you must first unplug it from its power source. Now remove it from the tub. Here are all the parts necessary to convert your saw to the handheld unit. The foot, the bottom cover, the thumb screw, and the bottom cover clip. First, let's attach the foot. Take out the screw, slide the foot onto the bracket, and put the screw back in. Tighten the screw down slightly to allow up and down movement of the foot. You may need to adjust it later depending on the size of the material you're working with. Now let's install the bottom cover. The bottom cover has sponge inside of it to retain water. Soak the sponge in any clean water source. Slide the bottom cover into place, hold it steady, and insert the thumb screw. Tighten the thumb screw until it's snug, and to create a positive seal around the bottom cover, slide the tapered clip up, wide side first, and into place. For safety reasons, let's reinstall the face shield. When using the saw as a handheld unit, the sponge will retain water for approximately 5 to 10 minutes. You'll know it's time to re-wet the sponge when water is no longer flowing from the saw and you can see dust rising from the cutting area. It is imperative to keep the sponge wet to avoid internal damage. When you can't bring the piece to the saw, now you can bring the saw to the piece. When it's too heavy, bulky, or just too fragile to maneuver around the blade, maneuver the saw around it. Another example is on a completed panel. Upon installation, you realize the panel is a bit too large to fit inside its frame. Just use the handheld saw to trim off the excess. The rules for using the standard or separating blade with a handheld unit are the same as with the saw in the tub. The difference is you rest the saw on the foot and allow the foot to slide across the material as you're cutting. Remember, use all sides of the blade, forward, backward, left, and right, to promote longer blade life. It might be a good idea to put something under the piece to catch falling glass. The handheld unit can also be used for inside cuts. Just keep in mind the depth of the throat, which is 5 3/4 inches, when planning your design. This is our improved foot that's available as an upgrade. It gives added stability to the blade, which greatly extends blade and grommet life. The foot is highly recommended when cutting dense materials, and will work with all of our blades. It also keeps the blade more stable, making it easy to make even the most intricate cuts. Well, it can. Tell me.